Unfortunately, in this world, though, there are everyday zeros. Anybody ever been on an airplane? Sounds like I struck a chord there. Well, let me ask you this. If you've been on an airplane, have you ever run into a cranky flight attendant? Raise your hand if you run into a cranky flight attendant. What the question I should be asking is you ever not run into a cranky flight attendant? I call these types wombats in the air. Not to their face, you understand. Because then you get a trip to TSA and the FBI is waiting for you when you get down there. You can't mess with these wombats in the air. You have to be really nice to them. But I've had the privilege, and as any of you who know me know, I travel about 100,000 miles a year in the air. And most of that's international. So I've had all manner of experience with the wombats in the air. And one time I actually had the privilege of meeting King Kong on an airplane. Can you believe that? King Kong. You ever meet King Kong? Raise your hand if you met King Kong. Nobody met, but I have. Let me tell you about this guy. And believe it or not, this guy on the right, I don't know, Bob just grabbed the picture from somewhere. Believe it or not, he really actually looks like the guy that I call King Kong. In an international flight, we're all getting ready to get on the airplane. I'm in business class, right? And if you know anything about the airlines, the business class people pay all the profit on the airline. Everything up front's all the profit. So we are the most important customers. Well, this guy here, he's the head purser, King Kong. King Kong said, all right, now you guys just get back, get back. Don't step up to this. I'll tell you when you come up to this, get back. Okay, King Kong, we're sorry, but you got to do what the guy says because he's, the purser. So that's our first exposure to King Kong. You just get back, and I'll tell you when to get on the plane. So finally, he lets us get on the plane. And we do. We all get on the plane, and as people are getting on the plane, King Kong's going, Republicans sit in the front, Democrats, you go in the back. Honest. And now, I don't care what your political persuasion is. I don't think it matters. I think you'd be offended by that no matter what it was. I was offended by it, and I'm a Republican. I get to sit in the front. So then we sit down, and this is, he is really full of himself, and he's just having a ball. And then this poor woman who didn't speak English had like 9 bags. You ever see them? Where they're banging against you, and you just got to go back like that and hope that you don't get concussion. This poor woman's trying to find her way back to the back of the airplane, and he looks at her and goes, hey, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't have suitcases like this lady. And the woman's going, huh? She doesn't understand a thing he's saying. Then he turns to everybody and he said, I can't make this kind of stupidity up, folks. Well, that's horrible. But with wombats in the air, you can't do anything about it because you get arrested if you do. Now, this guy, King Kong, he said about his whole world was how to put people down, right?